Can we chat about mindset and psychological stuff? Suggestions for confidence in the beginning.
Lie to yourself. All right, so I'm actually going to have a lot more than that. First of all, when you start, I had a fantastic first week of recruiting that Tricia often talks about, because I did have a send out on Monday of the first week, and I had a send out on Tuesday, and then I had another on Wednesday, and another on Thursday, and none on Friday.
And he was so pissed on Friday. Now, for those of you that are owners, I want you to sit back and imagine what it feels like to have a new employee that's never recruited before, that goes through 2 weeks of training with me, and then the first day on the phone, 4 send-outs in the first week. He comes to me on Friday and he's like, yeah, this sucks. Like, what sucks? I didn't get a send-out today. I'm like, oh, it's okay that you didn't get a 5th send-out. And he was pissed. He was so mad, which I love.
You know, for a new recruiter, that would probably have been good for the first month, right? But I didn't know. When I say lie to yourself, fake it till you make it is a little bit of that idea. Your confidence absolutely shows, and here's what's great. If you screw up, there are so many more businesses out there that you can recruit for. There are so many candidates out there that you can find. There is not like, oh, I screwed up. Like, unless you are truly like offensively screwing up and it gets, made national news, no screw up is actually going to have a big impact on your business. So when you're first starting out and you need that confidence, then that level you kind of need to fake it till you make it. I just didn't know what a good standard was, and so my confidence was built off of this idea of how important sendouts are. So I was trying to get my sendouts, and I had no mindset of this is hard and this takes a long time, and this is like, in a way it was a bad thing, because I felt like recruiting was easier than it really is from that first week. Now here's the other part about building your confidence. It's going to be the exact opposite. Don't lie to yourself. When you are in a situation where you tell yourself you're going to do something, maybe let's keep it simple. You tell yourself you're going to make the bed every morning. And for 3 days, you make the bed every morning. And then on the 4th day, you don't. And on the 5th day, you don't. And then you're basically just done with it. Or you make your New Year's resolutions. And for almost all of January, you're hitting the gym. You're eating less. You're doing great. And then you stop. When you do that, what you're doing is you're teaching yourself that you can't be believed, that you can't be trusted to fulfill what you say you're going to do.
I cannot stress to you guys how important that concept, what Jason just said, is. If you make commitments to yourself, like, I'm going to set my goals for the week. I'm going to do 3 hours of business development every day this week. You make that commitment, you go into your calendar, you schedule out your 3 hours of business development calls. It's on your calendar. You've made the commitment. Now we get to Monday and, stuff blows up and you don't do your business development, and then you feel guilty about it. And then on Tuesday, something happens and you don't do your business development. As soon as you start breaking those commitments to yourself, your confidence becomes shattered. And
because why should anyone else believe you when you can't believe yourself? That's where your confidence comes from. If I tell you I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it if it kills me. That means that I get to come at this with great confidence because I said I'm going to do it, so I'm going to do it.
Right, so when you're feeling like you don't have that confidence in the beginning, the best thing to do to increase it is to make small commitments to yourself and follow through with them.
I will make 10 business development calls today. And then you make 10. And then you do it every day until you feel like, of course I make 10 business development calls a day. I do what I say I'm going to do.
Right. Plan your work your plan. That's exactly what you do. But you can't plan your work and then ignore your plan. If you plan your work and ignore your plan, then you're not actually building up the confidence. So understand that it's little things. Like, You know what? Today, one of the things that I'm going to do is I'm going to exercise for 20 minutes. Now, notice I'm not going to exercise for 90 minutes. I have to make the commitment to myself something that I will actually do. So if I say I'm going to exercise for 20 minutes, what I'm going to do, my house is on a lake, I'm going to walk the lake. That takes me about 20 minutes to walk around the lake. So then once I start, if I want to go around a second time, I can. I always have that choice to continue.
Over deliver to yourself.
Right.
Right. That develops a supreme level of confidence, right? Like I don't just say I'm going to do it. I do it more than anyone that you would expect will do it. So, the big deal there is when you start doing your plans and you are falling apart, let's say you put it on your calendar. I'm going to do candidate calls today from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. And then you get busy and you do something else. But you leave it on your calendar. It's recurring. You know you're going to do it. And then you do it the next day and you do it for a half hour. And then you do it for the next day and you do it for a half hour. You're better off just planning it for a half hour. Or putting it on your calendar for an hour and knowing that things may pop up, but putting a note to yourself that says, do 30 minutes of business development. So you know that in that calendar invite, your goal isn't the hour, it's 30 minutes, because that's what you've been doing. That builds more confidence to actually do what you say than anything else that we can say.